Hi everyone, today's video is about Oxford services off of the M40. You can get to it from either direction, heading north or south or east or west, depending on what you refer to the direction as. Either direction on the M40 and you come off at junction 8A. You can also get to it from the A40, which is one of the main routes into Oxford and leads directly round to the ring road. So let's have a quick look at it from the air and then we'll see what the drive-through looks like. So here it is in map format. Let's turn the satellite on and that'll give us a better idea of what we're looking at. Get that into the center there. So you come in off of this lane here, having done a multitude of roundabouts, so you might be a bit confused about which direction you're pointing in by the time you get there. You come in down this main road where it's showing one call taxi past the Ecotricity's charging station, round here, and you'll see, you might be able to see on your screen that it says coaches and caravans to bear left. So you come into this section here, which is labelled coaches and caravans, and lo and behold, it's full of HGVs on the day that the Google satellite went over the top. So let's have a look. So on the coach side, we've got coaches, 1, 2, 3, and a van and a car. And in the caravans only side, which we'll see as it's marked on the road in a minute, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, including a double one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lorries, interesting, and 1 caravan trying to come out. So there's caravans. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces for caravans. But as you can see, there's rather a lot of lorries in there. And indeed, there will be when we get to my drive-through footage in a moment. So caravans in here, and you come out of here and then back round the roundabout to get out and back along your way again. Now, the lorry parking is actually over here. And as you can see, on this day, it is somewhat full and somewhat haphazard actually, because you've got some lorries pointing some ways, some pointing other ways, and goodness knows whether they can all fit around there. So clearly this was a particularly busy lorry day. That said, there are a few spaces in there despite the lorries filling up all the caravan spaces. So clearly Oxford Services needs a lot more space for HGVs. Okay, so let's go and cut to the drive-through and we'll have a look at that. Okay, here we are, we're heading south on the M40, so in theory we turn right, a very sharp right actually at the first roundabout, avoiding a couple of roads after the left. I think it must be about the 4th turn, something like that. And then we take the first available left into the service area, and then goodness knows where we go, so we'll have to be on the lookout for signs as we pull in the roadway. It does look quite a complex structure actually. So I shall have to be on my toes looking for where the signs are. Okay, well that was a bit tricky because there were so many lorries in the parking space. It was very difficult to see what you were reversing out into or not into, because of course they're so much longer and so much taller. It's impossible to see if anything's trying to pull in at the time you're trying to come out. So not very handy for solo caravanners, that's for sure. Okay, well that was quite annoying to have all the HGVs in there. Presumably their parking's full, and of course they've legally got to take breaks, so one would hope they weren't just parking in there for the fun of it. It's clearly signposted coaches and caravans only, so hopefully it's a case of necessity rather than thoughtlessness. I would have thought so. Anyway, still makes it very difficult for caravanners. Now, driving around there felt like an absolute spaghetti of roundabouts, so I think it's quite easy to lose your way. And the signs themselves aren't that clear actually, so I think it will be quite helpful to have those improved. Now, since I filmed this and since most of the Google images were taken, I think actually Welcome Break, who run the service station, have come to their senses a bit. Because if we put our little Google Maps man down this way, you can see that actually caravans are now directed this way. And indeed, if we turn down here, which we can't do directly, we can do it from here though, you can see that this is now very, very clearly marked caravans only. So it's right at the far end of the car park. These semicircular areas are reserved for cars, but that's fine. You know, the distance is no issue. The issue is easy to get in and out of and easy to find and well signposted. So I think they've improved this quite a lot actually, because there's quite a lot of space here. You know, there's all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on this side. It looks like a whole other load down there, so possibly another 10. So that's great, and that means that actually the truckers can use the spaces that they were formerly taking up anyway. So it keeps them with plenty of space to be able to turn into and give space to all the caravans. So I hope that's true, and in which case I would have taken it from a don't use because you're not likely to find a space into quite happy to use again. So if that's the case, well done, Welcome Break. So I hope that overview was helpful, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and do consider subscribing, and thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.